Good afternoon all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, January 18th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So, kind of what we were expecting to happen finally did. We mentioned 5 gaps down, only one small one held in ES. We had 5 attempts at trend days down prior to today, none of them held. We had another one today that failed. So you knew the market was getting short and they weren't getting much. So when we had our gap today, first gap of the year, I wasn't surprised to the upside. Now it didn't hold. We did not hold ours. But let's go through all of these things. Righty gaps higher, fills it, and ends up taking out the overnight low. Righty ends with just the day's high and the day's low. That's it. Okay? Righty's in balance on the daily. NQ holds their gap. They hold over 50 points of the gap. Missed a long down here, which we'll get to, by being too exacting. But they also only go out with the day's high and low. You could possibly use L's high for the price probe, but it was only like 30 cents or so. So technically I'd use just the day's high, low, and the gap. Okay, next. ES and SPY. ES gaps, fills it. They filled it to the tick initially, then had a poor low, then go and get the overnight low basically to the tick, and then go up. Now, I was no way expecting to go from these lows in both ES and NQ to do this. Okay? Had a good day, but again, I did nothing after I period. No way did I expect this kind of grind. Now, triple Q's made a new all-time high today. Okay? So unless they go higher in the overnight, at least for now, triple Q's have their all-time high in the regular trading hours. NQ did not get their all-time high, nor did they get the overnight all-time high. We're banging on the door up high, but we haven't gotten to our all-time highs. Okay? So we're getting close to a balance high in the weekly. Triple Q's stretched theirs, and I'll show you on the chart, and NQ didn't get to theirs yet. So there's a lot going on up here. We do have an expiration tomorrow morning. Okay? Again, I had a good day. I was long. Once NQ, well, before we get to the trades, NQ got the overnight high right away. So between gap, overnight high, and value, I was starting to look for longs in NQ. Okay? ES was a much different story. ES did not get an overnight to J's high. So because of that, on these pullbacks, I was very hesitant looking for longs in ES. Okay? So the big difference, the way the profiles and the MGI played out, even though we ended up both probing at the end. But I did take a long in NQ right away to get the overnight high. It looked like they were going to get it. Boom, they got it. That was nice. I took a long in ES when it pulled back in A. Because we had the gap, and I was playing against the gap. That worked out. When B period flushed in NQ, I took a long. I'm like, there's no way we're going trend right away. That was a very nice long. In C period, I also did the same thing when it pulled back, but it pulled back too much, took it off for a loss. Nothing big, but took a loss on it. I'm like, you know what? I could always get back in. And I did in D period. When D period came back, at half back at that point, took a long there and did well on it. E period, I actually lost in ES. I did take a long thinking we're finally going to get the overnight high. I bought it at, I forgot, 94. Ended up taking off, and I lost 3.5 points on it. It was a 1 lot. But I lost. We still didn't get it. So I lost on that. Then in NQ, I took a long in F period, thinking right before I went to get my lunch, thinking it could be the afternoon pullback. I made money on it, but a good thing I got out of it and went to get lunch because F pulled down a lot more. A lot more. H period, I took a short in ES to go get the overnight puck. Once we took out the IB low, I'm like, we should at least, I thought we had a chance to get the overnight low. But I said we should at least get that. That worked out. Took a short to get the overnight POC. And then we started with a trend day down in H. When I started in H, never came near H's low. I took a long in NQ to fill the single prints. So it was a good day overall, but I didn't participate in this total grind up throughout the afternoon. But still a very good day overall. Our volume is over 80 million, so that's good. Our range was $4.64, so it's our third highest of the year so far. We took out both sides of the IB now out of 12 trading days 6 times in ES. That's a lot. It's 50% right now. So that's very interesting. As far as our destinations go, we have today's high in SPY at 477.06, and then you should have the other ones I've given you. There's only 3 more to the upside in SPY. Downside. Now, this is where the market spiked from when Jay took out E's high. So I'm using E's high, even though we didn't hold the singles. This is a very relevant point for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's where the market spiked, and number two, it's our value high. Now, I'm also using L's high as the price probe. So 476.41 is our price probe, 475.03 is our price spike, and today's low is 472.42. In ES, our high is 17, and then for our downside, we have our price probe at 1050, price spike at 96.25, today's low at 70. Now, somebody asked a really good question in my room late in the day. Would I be concerned about the excess in M period? In ES and even NQ? So my answer in ES was, we have to see where we open tomorrow. Obviously, if we open above E's high, right, above a price spike, the most positive follow-throughs to open above the base of the price spike. So we open above E's high, I think the odds of taking out the excess here, or the sell tail, is good. We'll have higher value, and you're above the base of the price spike. If we open below E's high, or if we open above it by a little bit and then come back below it, then yes, this could be a concern, because it could mean that we're going to hold that balance high and not get the all-time highs just yet. Same in NQ. Now, NQ doesn't have a price spike really to lean on. You can use L's high as a price probe, but nothing solid. So they might be a little more concerning because they got very close to their all-time high and balance high. But we're not going to know till tomorrow morning. And the thing is, like I told my room, everybody on Twitter is probably screaming about this excess here in M, right? Oh, we have excess. Do you think anybody has any concept what a price spike is? None. Only profile traders, only educated traders, very few people. They can see this, but they will never see this. Now, I'm not saying they won't be right. This could be excess. Like I said, if we open below E's high, there's nothing inside of the day's range. We're only 7 wide. There's no pullback, no nothing. But we're not going to know till tomorrow. Okay? I don't care about the overnight. I care about 9:30 tomorrow where we open. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a very, very relevant point tomorrow. Both E's high and L's high where the excess is. All right? Hope that helps. And then on the chart, I want to show you 2 things in SPY and NQ. So look at ES. Look at SPY. Again, it's a 5-week balance. By the way, it's an inside week with 1 day to go. So there's a possibility of an inside week. But it's still looking for what? Market-generated information. We don't want to, if we fail at the balance high again, well, we could roll over to the balance low. We don't know yet. The daily, I'm calling this an 8-day balance. I'm not going to use yesterday's low as my balance low. I'm going to incorporate this. Okay, I'm going to give the bulls their due and use January 8th's low, okay, as my balance low. It's about $1.50 lower than this daily low. So to me, it's an 8-day balance. So the monthly is healthy, but both the weekly and the daily are searching for more market-generated information. Now look at triple Qs. Qs made a new high today, but they just slightly stretched the all-time high by 66 cents. So to me, it's still a 5-week balance, okay? We want to get higher than that. Yes, we're one-time framing up, but for now, I'd still call it balance unless we get some decent distance away from it. Even the daily, like you might say, oh, the daily's up. No, the daily's not up to me. Yesterday, the daily went down. Today, it came back into balance, right? We stretched 412.92. So today's high is the top of our daily balance also, with the gap being my main focus. We want to hold this gap and get higher highs to put both the daily and the weekly up, which would coincide with the monthly being up. And the same goes for the S&P. You learn a lot in my trading room, my friends, for $30 a month. I don't know what else I can say. I hope you had a good day trading. Thanks for the likes and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.